The inspection of those ballot papers, you say was truncated. I want us to go through that again. You were allowed access to go through all of that.
I didn't get what you're saying.
You were allowed to go through the ballot papers.
We're in the process of examining. You see, the court gave an order. You know, I told you the tribunal took motions to allow the legal team of APC to do some things. One of the things the tribunal allowed the legal team of APC to do was to examine, copy by way of scanning, and then ballot papers, election materials that were used.
Are we talking about forensic examination?
Fine, you copy first. You examine and copy first before you go and subject those papers to forensic tests.
So have you been able to do that?
This has been a challenge. I've told you that even someone as high and expected to be so responsible as Attorney General.
Is the tribunal aware of your inability to go through the process?
Very much so. Now the tribunal had to take a decision, you know, make a decision twice about examination of ballot papers for forensic tests. The first instance, the INEC leadership, the INEC chairman, INEC resident electoral commissioner in Akwa Ibom bluntly refused to allow APC legal team to inspect the ballot papers, upon which APC legal team now went back to the tribunal to complain, and the tribunal again gave a new order for 14 days. The 14 days expired last Friday.
So have you seen it now?
We've seen, but we've not complained. I told you there have been disruptions.
But, you know, this 30 buses or up to 30 buses that you say they come with, they are material after the fact, aren't they? Because that was not part of the reasons attached with your request for the tribunal to be moved to Abuja, was it?
No, I have told you. At the beginning of the constitution of the tribunal, we had our concern based on our experience that we've been subjected to violence, repeated violence and killing. We were concerned, and we applied that we will be comfortable, we feel safer if the sitting was outside the theater of war, in quotes.
What does your party think about this part of the law? Because I'm sure you must have heard them quoted as well, section 285, subsection 2, where it says, there shall be established in each state of the Federation one or more election tribunals to be known as the Governorship and Legislative Houses Elections Tribunal, which, and then it goes on to state its functions. They say moving it outside the state is against the law.
Well, my reaction to this is that, one, this was a legal decision, not a political decision. It was a decision taken by the President of the Court of Appeal. And therefore, he must have considered the legal dimension to this. Number two, the law, I'm not a lawyer, but I think I can understand English language. The law says it shall be established in each state. It didn't talk about sitting. It was established in Akwa Ibom. There's no dispute about that.
So you think that if they're able to mobilize all those buses to the states, they can't go to Abuja? Are they going to seek another request to move it from Abuja if, assuming that happens?
At least Abuja is safer in the sense that the security agencies are headquartered in Abuja. We can be sure of better protection if they decide to take their thousands, several thousands of supporters as they had been doing in Uyo. We can be sure the police headquarters in Abuja, the army headquarters, and all of those. At least we can be sure of better protection.
What do you say to those who allege that you're moving into Abuja because they want to use their might to manipulate the outcome of the poll of the tribunal?
We didn't move. When you say we, I am assuming that
I said they are moving it. I didn't say...
Are you suggesting the Court of Appeal is on one side?
You requested that it be moved. Didn't you? Your party requested
we made a request, yes.
Yeah, so if you requested and the other party thinks that, no, you're hiding under the guise of security.
After having considered all the factors on ground, they came to a very prudential judgment that it will be in the interest of justice. Mind you, our members have been intimidated. If I had my phone here, I will read to you threat text messages to members of APC who are warning our members that if they go to tribunal to testify, that they will be dealt with. In fact, one of the text messages even quoted the man's car, his car number, his car type, and say, we know you, we know where you are. We will come and get you.
We've already been wound up. Now, I just want to quickly, tell you that I've been online. There's no, that story is online in terms of 70 buses, but there is no pictorial evidence anywhere that there were buses at the tribunal, sent to the tribunal. So maybe perhaps it would also help a great deal if your party is able to put those pictures out there. And then secondly, I was just wondering though, how would you react to what they're saying about, this is a former Attorney General is saying that that this is a nullity, that because if whatever decision is taken in Abuja, you'll still have to come back to Akwa Ibom to implement it. How are you going to react if you already have such a massive number of PDP supporters coming to the courts? No,
there is a difference between PDP supporters and people who are hired to do certain things. Now, the issue of relocation of tribunal is, I think, over-dramatized by the opposition party.
Opposition, you're the opposition in Akwa Ibom.
The opposition party nationally. PDP is in opposition now. No,
but this is state election tribunal. You are in opposition
now,
in Akwa Ibom.
let me explain to you. By the time this tribunal makes its own decision, if anybody decides to appeal, that appeal will not happen in Akwa Ibom State because there is no court of appeal in Akwa Ibom. So, willy-nilly, the part of the processes leading to the final determination of whether the elections were free and fair and should stay or be counseled for another election will take place somehow along the line outside Akwa Ibom.
All right, Iboro Tongara is the head media and publicity of APC campaign organization. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be back in just a moment. Join us again.